Oh man. Another day, another dollar. Lexi Hull turned the second quarter around. And when I tell you the momentum from the Indiana Fever instantly changed the trajectory for the game, instantaneously changed for the Indiana Fever. The second Lexi Hull made that second quarter impact is exactly why I say this woman should be starting on this team. This woman should be getting minutes on this team. There's no way to justify how her minutes dipped from 30s to the low sub 20s. Listen, we're going to get straight into it. Right now, we're specifically going to highlight the second quarter where the Fever turned this around. Before people think I'm just going to be on some Lexi Hull standing, let me get this out the way, okay? Aari McDonald is that girl. Yes. And if you really know, if you really in the live watch parties, you know how much I love Aari McDonald's effort on defense, how much I love the way Aari McDonald's speed helps his team, how much of a disadvantage it puts the defense at when you got to guard the pick and pop. It's just so much to dissect, so much to get into it. We ain't going to talk too much. We're going to jump straight into the film. Let me get to the right side of the screen so I'm not in the way of the box score, and let's jump straight into the film. So right here you got Kelsey Mitchell. Now listen, Kelsey Mitchell might have not scored so much, right, this game, but she 100% opened the second quarter up for us in the facilitator-wise at least. Look at this, Kelsey Mitchell with the ball. You see Chloe setting a great screen. We're going to talk about Chloe Bibby as well. I love Chloe Bibby, what she did today. But you see Kelsey Mitchell going downhill, attracting 3 defenders. And who's wide open? Yours truly, Aari, scary Aari. And we're going to have a sound for Aari, by the way. Kelsey drives. She kicks out to Aari. Aari for a wide open 3. She lasers it. It's not really much you got to do, y'all. Mind you, when we came into this quarter, the Fever were down 10 points. When Lexi checked into the game, the Fever were down 10 points. Meaning, if Lexi didn't check into the game, we probably would have been, that lead would have kept increasing. Lexi Hull is literally, what do you call them little blockers that you put in the shower to stop the water so you can take a bath? That's what Lexi Hull is. She stops the water from draining. She literally holds everything until she's ready to drain everything on her own terms. That's what Lexi Hull is. A plug, whatever you call that thing. Now let's continue, okay? Right here, Aari McDonald. She was facilitated, doing great things on all levels tonight. Look at her spot Bibby up right here on a pick and pop. Look at this right here. Bibby setting another strong screen, which is another underrated asset from Chloe Bibby that I didn't dissect fully on Fever Fridays. But it's cool, right? Kelsey going around the screen. Aari going around the screen. Now you see Aari feed Bibby right here on the pick and pop. Satu is in her face. I don't care if Chloe Bibby missed this. Guess what Chloe Bibby gets in return? A 3-point opportunity at the free throw line. A foul. Hey, listen, y'all. These right here, these kind of plays that I'm showing, these are the plus ones, the AKA the X factors that you're going to need in the playoff. You know, when you want trying to make a playoff run to make a shot for the title. Chloe Bibby, the Aari McDonald's, the Michaela Timpsons, you know, whatever you got off the bed, the Dantes. Whoever you have as a spark off the bench, you're going to need going into the playoffs. The Indiana Fever put themselves in an amazing position by knocking off the Mercury today, because now they can finally start Project A or Project X, whatever you want to call, and making a shot for the number 2 seed, number 3 seed. Is not going to be nowhere near easy, but it's very much possible. And it started off with this win. This win tonight was probably the biggest win of the season when you look at the standings. Let's continue. Right here, let's talk about Chloe, okay? Chloe is more than just a sniper, all right? Chloe, and we broke that down on Fever Fridays. She can get steals as well. She uses her size, and she just has a great nose for the ball. Chloe Bibby right here, you see the ball is in the air. She's behind Kalia Copper, but somehow she's so long. Reminds me of Michaela Timpson in ways. Jumps over and gets the steal. Chloe Bibby, y'all. Never has to do too much, literally playing to her. But whatever, you know, what she can control. Her arms is long. She's going to make a shot at the ball. If she got a high release point, she's going to shoot over a lot of contests. And she's very efficient at it as well. Her 3-point percentage continues to surge. Chloe Bibby might be surging into that top 5, that top 10 3-point percentage. We might have 2 top 10 3-point shooters on our team by the end of the season, should Chloe Bibby continue to play, and should be signed on this team as well. Let's continue though, okay? And you look, and she's picked up a foul right there. Like, she's just lengthy. She brings a veteran-like presence on the court. Like, you just gotta love Chloe Bibby. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's super aware. She got a higher IQ than you see from most rookies. Granted, I think she's like 27, but it's still, it's impressive, you know? Anyways, let's talk about Aaliyah Boston, how she put the clamps on Alyssa Thomas, slowing her down, had her second guessing every single move out there. And my favorite part is the ball bonking Alyssa Thomas on the head right here. She bonks herself on the head with the ball. Look at it right. Alyssa spins, Aaliyah's there, and now Alyssa Thomas travels, and that's Aaliyah Boston for you. Come on, Aaliyah.
Bow, bow, bow.
Look at the ball bonker on the head. Alyssa Thomas was just so frustrated. Look at this right here. Ball bonked on the head. Oh my gosh. Anyway, let's move on, okay? Let's talk about Aaliyah Boston in the post one-on-one. Nobody wants to see Mrs. Bow 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 in that post. You do not want to see Aaliyah Boston in that post when she's back you, especially Manu Imanu. Look at her in the post. Lexi making an entry pass. Aaliyah buying Lexi Hull sometime. You see she could have took her. This is Aaliyah Boston stepping into that veteran-like mindset. Instead of taking this, she doesn't like the spacing she's working with. So what she do, she makes her look over to Lexi and tells Lexi, Alexi, I need you to cut. I'm not comfortable being sandwiched in between two defenders trying to help. I know the Phoenix Mercury is not stupid enough to leave me alone with her. So let's see if they are. Lexi goes, and Aaliyah, as soon as Lexi rotates, Aaliyah goes straight to work. Bodies her, spins, fakes her, and goes for the layup. Aaliyah Boston style. I don't care. Move, Lexi. They ain't gonna send two. Oh yeah. Ball right here. Girl behind me. This is food. You know what I'm saying? This is a plate, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, let's move on right here, okay? Aari, let's talk about Aari McDonald. Aari McDonald is a bullet. And like I said earlier, her speed alone is a threat. As you can see, one screen it took, and she's all alone because, you know what I'm saying, like, the defense and AT, they too concerned about Aaliyah Boston right here. Aari's going downhill. Aaliyah sets a strong screen. Aari is so fast that screen is all she needs. Look at how wide open Aari McDonald is. Wide open. She hasn't been this open since who knows. Since who knows. And wide open. Layup. You know what I'm saying? That's Aaliyah Boston setting a strong screen. Alyssa Thomas being so worried about Aaliyah Boston that she doesn't realize Aari McDonald is that fast. You better play drop coverage. You better get down there. You better do something. Because playing that high with somebody like Aari McDonald, nobody's under the rim to anchor the defense. Oh, yeah, I'm going straight down there. Aari McDonald is a great finisher around the paint as well. Got to give flowers to Aari McDonald. Let's talk about Lexi Hull, okay? And this right here is why Lexi Hull will forever be priceless to this team. I could have broke down every little thing Lexi Hull did in this game. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. But I wasn't going to make this full video about Lexi. I think I've made my point clear of how important she is to the team. However, other players need their shine as well. Let's talk about this right here. Lexi Hull, in an impossible situation with two players wide open due to a miscommunication between Aari McDonald and Kelsey. You see Lexi still read the play. She cleans up for them and still gets a steal. Right here, you see a miscommunication between Aari McDonald and Kelsey Mitchell. She's rolling right down to the paint. Chloe Bibby doesn't see there's a wide open player about to get a layup. Lexi Hull is in a possible situation. She's like, do I give up the three or do I stop the layup? Lexi is in a perfect spot using her long length to know the only way this pass will get over is if she throws it up, right? And now she throws it up. Lexi's like, I got you. Now you're exactly where I want you. Because you wasn't going to skip it over here when Lexi's over here. Alyssa Thomas was in an impossible situation right here. Because Lexi is so tall and so long that if Alyssa Thomas wanted to make the skip pass over here to the corner, Lexi is getting that. If Alyssa Thomas wants to make the pass over here to this player, Lexi's getting that. So moral of the story is Lexi's going to get the ball one way or another. Like, there's nothing you can do but hold on to the basketball. There's literally no way to, no way you could have cheated this right here. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let's move on. And then not only that, Lexi makes the pass to Aari for two. Come on, man. Like, what more do you need to see to get Lexi Hull back in that starting lineup, man? She's showing so much, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's the contract. I don't know what it is. But let's move on, okay? Let's talk about Aaliyah Boston. If you mix Aaliyah Boston's threat to Alyssa Thomas, like I said, how Alyssa Thomas was scared, Aaliyah Boston had Alyssa's heart in her palms. And Aaliyah just squoze it. I know squoze ain't in the word, but Aaliyah squoze her heart. You know what I'm saying? And Lexi Hull just has a nose for the ball. She just sniffs it every single time. And you're going to get a positive for the fever every time. So you know Alyssa Thomas wants to get the ball out of her hands. Lexi Hull is always aware she has a nose for the basketball. Now Lexi gets the ball. Aaliyah Boston Her threat level alone made Alyssa Thomas want to make that pass. Alyssa, she's not going downhill on Aaliyah. She's not stronger than Aaliyah. She's not bigger than Aaliyah. So there's nothing she can do when she gets to the paint on Aaliyah. Alyssa Thomas thrives on physicality. You cannot be physical with Aaliyah Bolton. Bow, bow, bow. And Aaliyah's letting that be known this year, that you not going to bully her from the Nafisa Kalia situation to the second Aja Wilson situation, because the first one I ain't really like. But the second one, Aaliyah Bolton was bringing it to Aja. And you even have stuff tonight, like when Satu gets knocked to the ground on Aaliyah Bolton, and Aaliyah stares at her on her way back up the court. I'm like, Aaliyah, okay, I'm liking what I'm seeing, Aaliyah. Turn up then. You know what I'm saying? But look at this right here, okay? Look at them ping-ponging buckets for each other. And if you think that was it, you see how Aari just made the pass to Kelsey Mitchell on the inbound, similar to how CC makes the pass to Kelsey. Look at Kelsey Mitchell returning the favor on Aari McDonald. Once again, spoon feeder. Kelsey drives and kicks. Aari McDonald wide open because they're both dropping on Natasha Howard. They fronted her. They're behind her. They're not trying to let this entry pass be made. So Aari McDonald's like, I'm hot. Why not take this three? Aari takes it and laces it. Come on, chat. Like, what more? Listen. If the Fever is playing like this, they're in a single team in a league that can compete with this. And you got to remember, Caitlin Clark ain't even playing. What you think happens when somebody who's a threat the minute they cross half court is playing and the team is gelling like this? You know what I'm saying? Like, anyways, that brings us to our Indiana Fever checklist. With the checklist, as you can see, the Indiana Fever went a whopping 1 for 5. I know. 1 for 20. Yeah. Venom, what happened? Venom, what went wrong? I'm going to tell you guys what went wrong right now. Well, what went right, but you could say it went wrong. The Indiana Fever let the Phoenix Mercury attempt a lot of shots. We're going to let you take as much shots as you want, because you're going to take shots you're uncomfortable with. We're going to speed you up, and then we're going to slow you down when you're sped up. Like, we're just going to throw a bunch of things at you to throw your rhythm off, and that's what the Indiana Fever did. They attempted only 62 shot attempts, which is kind of around what they averaged earlier without Caitlin Clark, around that 58 to 62 mark. But it's cool because the efficiency was amazing. 32 for 62 from the field. Shout out to the Indiana Fever. They shot 51% from the field as a team, holding the Mercury to 49%, even though the Mercury attempted more shots than them. The Indiana Fever out-attempted them from the three-point line and hit more shots than the Phoenix Mercury, so that's where they were more efficient as well. You bring that brings us to our second one, the 20-team assists. We borderline hit it with 19, which is why we're starting to move toward, we're trending towards that orange stat, okay? Instead of red, we're going to trend orange, because it's not really red, because we're not at 20, but we're not far off of 20, you know? So you can, they were telling me in a live watch along what it was called. I think it's called grading curve, something like that. Anyways, under 13 team turnovers. I don't even know why I got checks on those. That's on me. I was rushing the graphic because, you know, I'm only one man. I'm only one person, chat. But anyway, 13 team turnovers. The Indiana Fever has 16 turnovers as a team, but it's okay because the Mercury still has 17. So it's not okay, but it's okay when you still +1 on a turnover side, you know, holding, turning the Mercury over one more than they turned you over. Anyway, that brings us to our fast break points. This whole graphic is messed up. I don't know why there's an X for that, but it's cool though. 15 fast break points for the Indiana Fever, y'all. That's something that we've been struggling with all season. We've been struggling with fast break points all season. Of course, when you don't have the best player in the world, Caitlin Clark, that's kind of what tends to happen, but it is what it is. And that brings us to the last one, the big three combining for 60 points. Like I said, we came to an agreement. We're going to do Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Bolton, because Caitlin is out, and we're going to factor in the next leading scorer after that, and that calculates for 57 points as a team. Aari McDonald had 27. Aaliyah Bolton had 22. That's 49. You mix in Kelsey Mitchell's 8, and you get 57. The Indiana Fever won 1 for 20. And with that being said, let's hand out our first MVP, and it goes to, take a wild guess, Scary Aari. Oh, yeah. Aari McDonald. Whew. A career night. A career high 27 points, 4 assists, 3 3-pointers out of 4 attempts. She shot 75 from the three-point line, had 2 steals. Aari was all over the place. This is a blue-collar girl. Aari never really gets the respect she deserves, and I'm too busy harping on Lexie to even give Aari her flowers. So this is Aari's moment to get her flowers. Aari is that blue-collar girl. She plays so much defense. She's undersized, but she plays much bigger than her size truly is. She kind of reminds me of Chris Paul on defense for my NBA viewers, and that brings us to her co-MVP, and y'all know who it is. Just take a wild guess. Yeah, you guessed right. Aaliyah Bolton. 22 points for Aaliyah Bolton, 12 rebounds, 2 of those being offensive rebounds. Blue collar Boston in the building with shooting 54% from the field. Aaliyah Boston is one of the leading field goal percentage players in the league at number 2, right behind De'Erica Hamby. Natasha Howard is 3rd in field goal percentage. We got our Fever players is all across the board right now, man. And then it's cool because Lexi Hull is number 7 in 3-point percentage. Like, we're top 5, top 10. And Caitlin Clark isn't even playing. Caitlin is number 2 in assists. Like, the Fever is just taking over in all the stats. You know what I'm saying? Kelsey Mitchell is 4th in points per game right now. Like, man, I could go on and on. Let's bring us to our X Factor. Take a wild guess of who our X Factor is. Matter of fact, take 7 guesses. You guessed right. It's Chloe Bibby. Woo! Chloe Bibby. If you guessed why I said take 7 guesses, because Chloe Bibby is on a 7-day contract, and today was her last game. I'm hoping we sign her on a regular standard contract after her contract expires. I'm assuming we'll have to wait for the 7 days to finish before we can sign her, because I think she'll still be at the practice and stuff like that. Anyways, 10 points for Chloe Bibby. 2 3-pointers made, 1 assist, 1 steal. Chloe Bibby on limited minutes. She only played about 13 minutes. Dantas is an honorable mention as well, was scoring 12 points in 10 minutes. Like, this was a full team effort, y'all. I love what I saw from the Fever. It's the end of the reaction. Smash the like button. Smash the sub button for your boy Venom. We're literally 44 subs. 34 subs away from 25.9, and when we're 134 subs away from 26,000. If you've been watching and you're not subscribed, make this the video you subscribe. Professor Venom in the building. Professor Venom checking out the building. I love y'all so much, Venomites, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace out, baby.